On this podcast, we're taking on popular topics, debating the pros and cons, skewing your point of view, or keeping your views the same. Opinions are yours to have, judgments are meant for the courtroom. Welcome to Point of Skew.
But did he make a racist comments? We have NPR. What does NPR stand for?
I don't know.
Well, let's try to make it up. Never pimp. Oh, I'm not going to say that last word without it.
Still on that.
Why Trump's authoritarian language about Vermin's matters. Oh, now we can say it matters. White lives don't matter, though. Say it. Say white lives matter. You cancel. Don't say it.
No, I just love that he used a word from like the
Vermin.
Like the early 1900s. I haven't heard that. All I think about is like.
Oh my God.
I think exterminators, like, you know, they got on the side of the van, like vermin control. Like, you got to admit, man, when he shoots like a verbal bullet, he really
and the way he talks, I wish I could actually hear it. All right, so here's the first two sentences, and I mean, they go at President Trump hard. At a recent rally, former President Donald Trump. Hey, hold on. Here's one thing. When they talk about Barack Obama, they'll say President Obama. When they don't say former.
Don't say former president.
I don't. It just depends on who you're reading. Well, these people ain't. Sorry, guys. I don't know. Now I'm just trying to be trolling. All right. At a recent rally, former President Donald Trump used language in a speech that echoed Adolf Hitler. How happy do you think when he used the word, they're like, got him!
Oh,
got him! You know, whoever was like, they loved it. Comparing his political opponents to vermin.
Man, you know how many times, like I said, he just had, he had a funny way to call people simple assholes. That's the only way. Now, answer me a question. Now,
pull up. I need to know exactly what vermin is. What does it say? And as you're pulling that up, I'm going to read just a little bit more before you go on. And I'm going to read this quote that they're talking about. We pledge to you. Hold on, I'm going to try to talk a little. We pledge to you that we will root out the communists, Marxists, fascists, and the radical left thugs that live like vermin within the confines of our country. I know that I butchered that. Excuse me, President Trump. But that was funny. That's how he talks.
Not really, but... Okay. A vermin definition. Wild animals that are believed to be harmful to crops, farm animals, or game that carry disease. Example, rodents. So,
I'm sorry.
Remember when Adolf Hitler was talking about rats and rodents and crops?
Yeah.
That happened a lot.
Yep. So.
Well, my thing is, like, why does it always goes right to white supremacy? If he says Cracker Jacks, it's white supremacist.
Oh, yeah.
I am in my 40s. We live in Ohio, mind you. I have never once met a white supremacist or even heard of one.
I have.
And now they are everywhere, just rampant. Like every 2 feet is a white supremacist.
My thing about the white supremacy notion that they keep bringing up is that I'm 43 years old, okay? I've met a lot of white people, okay? I was adopted by white people. I had to go to white school. I think that this matters when I say this, that at some point in time, I should have met a white supremacist. I'm not saying this because I lived, amongst a bunch of black people my whole life. I've been around white people my whole life. I've maybe met a handful of people that used the N-word. We fought them and we moved on.
Okay,
That's it.
Here's one thing.
That's it.
As long as I've known you, you've dated white women. You really should have met a white supremacist fine.
That's a very good point.
Right?
That also, and since you want to bring up that, when I moved to Columbus, I could only date black women. I swear Columbus was definitely, you stick to your own kind. And the same thing that would happen continuously was that I was not ghetto enough to date at least the black girls that I met and wanted to date.
Did they call you Vermin?
I mean, I felt like a vermin after. It's like, nah, I mean, I'm just saying, you just too nice. Am I supposed to be an ant? Like, this is when I was younger. I'm sitting there like, oh, my queen. Well, they ain't like that nice stuff, Mike. So, let's move on. I'm sorry, we got way off track. I'm not vermin, but just talking crap. We pledge. Hold on. There were other nods to authoritarianism in the speech. Before I even see, every time they say something, isn't authoritarianism what they're doing to him? Like right now,
it seems like half the stuff they're doing to him, they're calling out on him at fault. Honestly, I can't keep heads nor tails of half the stuff. It all seems like misdirection to me, but what the hell do I know? I actually had somebody tell me the other day, they're like, well, what would you do if you had to live in China? I was like, I don't think we're too far from it now. I was like, can't say how you really feel.
No.
I was like, if you do say how you really feel, your livelihood could be taken.
Like
the only thing that's different is we're not making our own Jordans now. But that could change too.
You never know. Okay, anyways, Trump praised Hungarian's strongman leader, the head of Hungary, very tough, strong guy, Viktor Orban, Trump told the audience, adding provingly he didn't allow millions of people to invade his country. Okay, before you say
the country of Hungary?
Hungary. Okay. Uh-huh. I have a soft spot with Hungary. I don't know if I want to get into it now, but my dad ran through Hungary during the war. But that's a whole other story. I have a very
I thought you were serious. I didn't know you were serious.
No, it's fine. But my parents that adopted me came from Germany. Like, they lived during Hitler. They were born in 35 and 36, okay? And they lived in Yugoslavia, right, during that time. So when people compare certain things to the tragedies that they went through, I think that they were using that as a scapegoat. And I don't like it because that was a terrifying and terrible time in history.
I think saying that, like him, like atoning him, like putting him towards Hitler, is minimalizing what happened in World War II and the Jewish people.
I agree.
That's horrible. You can't, every time somebody pisses you off, you can't say racist, homophobe, blah, blah. It's not the case.
I can't state it. I cannot state enough that it's going too far. You cannot have a real conversation. You cannot have a real change when you liken, you could take a word and then we're reading a whole story about one word about how he's likened to Hitler because he used a word. It'd be like, well, Stalin used the word "and" at one point in time, and I heard you use "and," so that means you must hate. Like, what are you talking about?
My thing is, like, it happens a lot. The minimalizing of World War II. I don't know why, but it does. Like with Whoopi Goldberg on The View. Remember, she goes, World War II wasn't about race. I'm like, I think it was like completely 110% just about race.
That was crazy. That there was crazy. All right, let's move on. Later, Trump referred to himself as a very proud election denier. He just disagrees with what you guys did. There was some shady stuff. Like, whatever. Like, I don't understand why that's a big deal. But no. Hillary Clinton goes on and on. Like, she said he never won. So Authoritarian's rhetoric has been central to Trump's political trajectory and his time as president. Ruth Ben-Ghiat, professor of history at NYU and author of the book Strongman, defines authoritarianism in this way. It's when the executive branch and the leader finds ways to take away checks and balances, she said. That is what is going on right now with who's in,
It's misdirection. It's
How-
always misdirection.
It's just like, man, if you're going to talk to me, just keep it real.
And
Just keep it
I
real.
think it's gotten way past Republican and Democrat. I think just the people in control are fucking out there right now. Like, just,
It's
I don't know.
It's ridiculous. It truly is. Anyways, it bothers me. I'm sorry. It's so hard to read because it's like they're literally trying to
Persuade.
skew your mind.
There you go.
Excuse me, guys. Skew your mind into thinking something that's not real. You might
That's
not
been
agree
going
with-
on a lot longer than the last couple of years, though.
And it looks like I just keep hearing authoritarianism. Look how many more times. What we have witnessed from Trump over the last few weeks is something new, said Robert Jones, founder of the Public Religion Research Institute for PRRI. Trump has clearly crossed into the domain of Nazi ideology openly. That's wrong. That is going so, hitting so far below the belt. Again, to liken him saying Vermin, I have a house, right? We're sitting in my studio, right? This is my studio. Do I just leave the door open for anyone to walk in? Does anyone leave the door open for anyone? To me, our presidents, this is their house. This is their house, right? This whole country is their house. You're just leaving the doors unlocked. And what is wrong with people looking at that saying, whoa, what are you doing? It doesn't matter. And there's a homeless guy. So that means he should be able to walk in someone's house and just, whatever. And you're just supposed to accept it. No, you're going to be like, no, get the hell out of it. If you don't want people in your yard, what do? You build a fence. It happens, there's fences all over the place. And it just doesn't make any sense. And I'm telling you, Nazi ideology. That someone could feel that comfort, but you can say that's to me that's crazy. It's crazy.
My thing is, I always got to get a little bit of a red flag when we're almost 3 years. He hasn't been president for 3 years, and yet we talk about him every day. 90% of it is bad in the media. That doesn't strike you as a little odd?
It's very odd. So, is there more? I mean, it keeps going. I don't even know if I want to keep. Dehumanization of political opponents are the bricks that pave the road to political violence. We're talking about clearly this is a left-written story.
Yeah, I think so.
And they're talking about political violence.
Well, I can remember when Trump got elected and Madonna said that the president should be shot. Man, that is treasonous. You can actually get arrested for that.
And nothing happened to her because I gotta say the people on the right, they take a lot more abuse.
I wish they would have arrested her though. She couldn't be able to make
No, I
music.
don't because
No, it's just for the music. I just don't want to hear about music anymore.
I mean, I used to have a big crush on Madonna.
I would too for $20.
You know I like the white girl. No, I'm joking. My wife's. I'll just shut up. Oh, here's another quote. You need to get people to feel they have an existential threat facing them. Existential threat facing them, she said. And the more they feel uncertain and fearful, the more the strong man can appear and say, I alone. Who do you think tries to scare people more, the right or the left?
I don't know.
That is very fair. Guys, I don't know if we skewed anything, but I just think they're all out of their minds.
That's why I said, like, I'm just to the point now to where I think Trump is the only person that's actually shooting the fucking thing straight. Republican, Democrat, I don't really care. He's the only person I see that if you ask him a question, you get an answer. You ever seen that lady that dresses for the president? I haven't seen that woman give an actual answer for 3 years.
Jean-Pierre?
Yeah.
Oh.
I haven't seen one question answered in 3 years.
She's so good at deflecting
She's
stuff.
amazing.
Like, no, I'll give her that.
The
dude.
Matrix.
The defense. Oh, yeah.
She is amazing. But, I mean, not one answer. And if you ask Biden, good God, I can't watch him without laughing.
Me neither. So, is vermin, I guess it comes down to this. Is vermin a bad word? We read the definition.
He just
It's
called him
rats, rodents.
He just called him a bunch of rats. And honestly, in your heart of hearts, how many people doesn't agree with that statement?
No, I think it's accurate.
I think it's spot on. I think it's completely spot on.
I wish I could have just, pulled vermin out of,
I'm going to start using the word. Like, I'm going to need to bring it back.
We're bringing
it back.
Let's make vermin great again. It's making vermin great again. I'm sure that will definitely flag this video. But what can we do?
What can you do?
This is Mike. Who am I?
Thomas Kirst.
This is Point Askew. This is our first one. We're going to keep going. We hope you enjoyed this. What do you have to say?
You're all vermin.
Bam! This is Point Askew. No, this has been awesome. Guys, if you liked this video, please let us know.
Feel free to comment regardless of what you say.
Yes. And if you have any suggestions for us, let us know. Again, we're getting started. We're starting from the ground up. We'll start bringing other stuff as far as everything else that we're doing. But I kind of wanted to start a new channel. We're just starting from the ground. I don't want to kind of do anything else and let you know. But you'll be seeing our faces in other places. Again, this is Mike. I'm not Mike. That's Mike.
That's Thomas.
Thank you very much for tuning in. And again, this is
Point Askew.
Point Askew. See you guys next time.